pendulums of wealth trading software. Now, the next few videos in this series, I'm going to teach you about my pendulums of wealth, my POW series, if you will. And I want to just kind of break down what a pendulum of wealth is by my definition before I introduce you to these videos, because I may put POW in the descriptions and things like that. So you just understand that any POW videos coming out from me are a pendulum of wealth video. Now, what is a pendulum of wealth? Well, a pendulum of wealth is the key component to every passive income stream. I 100% confirm that after you read the rest of this definition, you will not be able to name a passive income stream that is not a pendulum of wealth, or else it is not a truly passive income stream, because a pendulum of wealth is a process that turns a profit on autopilot that you can set in place and leave to turn out wealth for you, then rinse and repeat as the pendulum swings. Now, I'm going to break down the different pendulums of wealth I've either seen or personally implement and show you how to set up each of these pendulums of wealth for yourself. Now, this video is about trading software / bots in the Forex world. It's one of my favorite videos in the series because of the serious leverage you have with this asset. I mean, your entire Forex account, right? A trading software or bot does exactly what it sounds like it would do. Handles all the trades for you to grow your portfolio completely hands-free to you while you enjoy your life. Go vacation, go work out, go eat some great food, sit down and work on other business ventures, spend time with your family. It doesn't matter. It's doing the heavy lifting for you, but that's just where the fun begins. Because you see, your account has a lendable value and you can take out an S block or a margin loan against that value. Now, you're probably asking, well, BJ, you were just green too. You're just continuing your financial literacy education. What's an S block? What's a margin loan? And what are the differences, right? I actually broke that down. It doesn't take a long time for you to understand because here they are for you, right? An S block is a securities-backed line of credit. And an S block means that you can lend up to 80% of the current value of that asset and be able to spend that money. You can buy a house with it, you can pay off debts with it, or you can spend the S block freely, but you cannot buy more securities with it. So you wouldn't be able to buy more stocks. You wouldn't be able to fill up your Forex account. You wouldn't be able to buy cryptos if you were doing the same thing in the crypto world, right? You wouldn't be able to increase your crypto wallet. You would have to spend the S block in the ways that I kind of mentioned there for you. Buy yourself a house. Now, as you watch some other videos in this series, you'll see that you can double down on these other assets and dump right back in certain ways, so that even with an S block, you can technically buy more margin or buy more securities. It just is a much bigger loop and hoop to jump through. And that's why people turn around and use a margin loan if they want to think about their business, if they want to increase the size of their portfolio. Now, what's a margin account? It does exactly that. A margin loan can lend you up to 70% of the current value of the asset, right? So if you have even $1 million in your Forex account, you can turn around and get 700,000 that you can buy anything you want with, including put it right back into your Forex account, increasing the size of that Forex account by the 70%, obviously. So if you have a trading software in place, that's a great idea. That's a great strategy that the wealthy put in place here, not to get ahead of myself, but obviously you see the differences. If you want to buy something, you use an S block. If you want to increase your wealth because your trading software is working well, or you're a manual trader and you're doing well, then a margin loan might be what's in place for you. Now, the wealthy actually leverage these every single time they go to buy another property, go to buy another vehicle, go to take another vacation, go to increase the size of their accounts, or to start another business venture. Why? Well, two simple answers, and I'm going to break down both for you. Flexible funds and tax advantages. We kind of just talked about flexible funds but I want to kind of break down exactly how that all goes into play and what you want to think about, because the margin loan and the S block allow the wealthy to keep all of their funds in their trading account to make them more money with the trading software slash bot doing the trading for them, but still have access to the funds that are in that account, or 70 to 80% of them, obviously. The wealthy take advantage of the fixed low interest rate, usually the 1% to 4%, is all you're going to pay on an interest rate with these kind of loans. And it's based on a tier system based on the size of the loan you actually take. It more than just makes sense to leave the asset growing and leverage the loan when their trading softwares pull in on average about 10% to 22% monthly. I'd stay away from any of those, oh, we do 30% a week, we do 100% a month type of deals, because they all have a shelf life, right? Longevity, looking where the wealthy park theirs, they're not going to have to go hopping from one bad decision to another bad decision, fly by night, make a little bit of money now, and have to go find another one, right? So their longevity ones, the ones that have a couple of years worth of track records, do about 10% to 22% monthly, which more than covers their interest rate and leaves their asset growing. Now, here's where the leverage gets silly in a couple of ways. When the asset grows due to the trading, the amount you can take out of your margin loan or S block increases along with it instantly. So as your trading software trades for them, they can pull further from their S block or margin loan and leave the asset to continue to grow. So you could get to the point where you're living off of the increase and leaving your asset growing to where that increase is greater the next month, so you have more money to play with the next month because you leveraged the S block or the margin loan. Now, they also reverse that mindset. They take out loans and they take out equity of their homes, cars, gold and silver, and other lendable assets and put it into their trading account, allowing them to keep the asset but leverage the equity in that asset to increase their trading account size to make them more money faster than simply pay off the loan from the trading account's funds that are coming in passively for them. Then, after they built the equity back up into those assets, rinse and repeat the process to increase their wealth further, increase their passive income monthly further, to create and then ultimately increase the amount of assets they have further, allowing them to buy more, and then rinse and repeat the process with that asset as well. Now, guys, I know I'm blowing your mind with all of this, but I'm going to share a couple more things. The last thing I'm going to share with you, or you're not going to sleep for a week, right? The last part of this is the tax advantages, right? You've heard me talk about it in the first video of the series. You're going to hear me talk about it in a lot of these videos because it's one of the major key components to these pendulums of wealth. You don't have to pay taxes on debt, and any funds you spend on paying off those debts are a tax deduction, right? So the wealthy, the wealth they are creating is founded in debt. Right? As I just broke down for you, they're taking out a margin loan or they're taking out an S block and they're leveraging those funds and they're allowing their asset to sit and grow without actually spending that asset. And because they're never pulling the asset and spending the asset, the loan they pull is all tax-free funds. Guys, I'm going to say that again out loud for you guys who are trying to pay, accountants a lot of money to get your taxes lowered. Guys, this is hiding in plain sight for you. The wealthy go into debt, leverage their debt, and pay off their loans because the loan they pull is all tax-free funds. And any funds they spend to pay off those loans is a tax deduction. That in it of itself is like a pendulum, but instead of wealth, it's of tax deduction, of tax evasion, right? And if they pulled out equity in their home, guys, this blows my mind as well. If they pulled out equity in their home to be used by the trading software that they can show is turning them a profit, so therefore their home is being used for business, they can write their mortgage off as a tax write-off. guys, the stuff they didn't teach us is the reason why they didn't teach it to us. Because this stuff changes your entire world. And that's not financial advice. That was just a fact of life.